And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. We are looking at the DXY, United States dollar. Why is this important? Because this determines what happens with the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. So you're looking at the dollar right now that's been consolidating in this consolidation phase inside of this symmetrical triangle, a white symmetrical triangle, moving towards a orange Fibonacci circle. We are currently sitting at 101.742 on the dollar. And we have mostly been riding the bottom side of this, but we did have a big uptick towards the top side. And when you look at this, this looks like a head and shoulders pattern, and it looks like this pattern wants to perhaps roll over out of this symmetrical triangle at some point and head down to the 181.9. Now, what does that mean for the S&P 500 should that happen? I want to give you a view of the S&P 500. Now, this doesn't have to happen. This could continue to coil, and we could have more chop on the S&P 500 as well, because both of them are chopping together in the inverse of each other. You can see the S&P 500 has been chopping around in this upper channel, as I pointed out, and we didn't really quite break that W reversal. We got a quick wick below the 412.93 mark, but I want you to look on the 30-minute here. The RSI is above the average. The momentum is about to head back to the upside. It looks like that temporary swing to the downside might be over, and then possibly a very telling sign here. We have the 20-day, and we ended the... Now, we haven't finished post-market yet, so we still have these aftermarket hours to get through, but if you look, we've got a hammer candle there. That's a very positive sign for at least for us to go up, and I'm going to go out to the 2-hour now so you can see this. We're at least going to go up and test the top side of this triangle again, this symmetrical triangle. I'll kind of zoom out a bit so you can see that green symmetrical triangle, actually much larger. I'll probably have to go out to the 4-hour. So, but first, while we're here on the 2-hour, I want to show you that we did get top side briefly today, and now on the 2-hour, we can see this is possibly forming a hammer candle on this 2-hour. We'll have to see, so that's also a positive sign. We could end up getting rejected, or we could get topside and begin to get support and then really take off tomorrow. If the dollar falls out of the symmetrical triangle it is in and completes that inverse head and shoulders, I think you could possibly see us move up to, there's probably a sub channel here somewhere where this is where we got to the peak today, so probably about the 416.11. We really want to get to that 418.12 level on the S&P 500 and hold it. You can see we've got plenty of room to run up on the 2-hour. Let me go to the daily now, the 1 day, so that you can see exactly what's going on here. Let's zoom out so you can see this symmetrical triangle better. So here is this very large green symmetrical triangle that we have been winding up and tightening in for a very, very, very long time. And honestly, I've gone back, go look at my other video for the long-term market. That's why these arrows are out here. I was pointing some things out about what could happen. And so go check out some of my videos that I made recently on the long-term market prospects. So that would be your bull case for tomorrow, and possibly into the next day. And that's also kind of my opinion really at this point as well, just because the dollar does look like it's possibly putting on a head and shoulders pattern there. So I think, and we also have the Federal Reserve continuing to print money, so that, you know, the value of the dollar just seems to me would continue to fall, and dollars will continue to work their way into the market. So that's what I would be looking for there, is my opinion. However, I think you've got a bear case here where, you know, you continue to come down and flag inside of this large green symmetrical triangle for a long period of time. And then that case can also play out on the dollar as well inside of that symmetrical triangle that it's currently in. It's a smaller one, much smaller, but it certainly has at least another couple of days in it of potential flagging before we see a break up or a break down. So that would be your bear case. And I think on the S&P 500, if you see a breakdown, we're definitely going to come back and fill in that gap at 402 and 10 cents. More than likely, you could even come all the way down to 398.19 on a really bad bleed out. Is that going to happen tomorrow? I'd be surprised, because I think we got some more time to spend in that symmetrical triangle on the dollar, which means we might have just a neutral case play out tomorrow where, we may try and get topside as green symmetrical, fall back in to this green symmetrical triangle on the S&P 500 again and chop around towards the top. You could have a big move down towards the base, but I'm just not seeing that at this moment in time. I want to take a look now at Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin is going to run very similarly to the S&P 500 in the tech market. And it, of course, runs inverse to the dollar as well. Now, one thing I did point out here, this is a strange thing, I talked about this last night, is Bitcoin seems to be kind of creating potentially a head. Like, here's a shoulder, here's potentially a head, and then are we going to put on another shoulder and just come all the way down again in a longer time frames, perhaps down to some awful level around $18,000. That's a possibility for a long-term case if the dollar really starts to do well and pull out of this tailspin. It certainly looks like a head and shoulders pattern, but that's a much longer case. Let's take a look at the 30-minute on Bitcoin and just see what's playing out right now. And then we will take a look at H-bar and get you out of here. So on Bitcoin right now on the 30-minute, it looks like we've had some decent incoming volume. Honestly, we're holding the 30,061 mark right now, which is much better. We came down and double tapped that 29,194 just to make sure we really wanted to be there. And then we've come up and we seem to be holding support right now. We've got the 20-day on the 30-minute. We seem to be trying to get a bullish divergence on the 30-minute. We need that 50-day EMA line to cross over that blue line and begin to straighten itself out a little more. You want to see confirmation of this holding on the 2-hour chart on Bitcoin. Do have some good incoming volume on the 2-hour chart. We do have kind of a double stacked candle there. Looks like a nice little cup, and it looks like it's going to try and potentially get a little bullish sometime soon maybe, and get above that 30,547 and maybe try and hold it. Definitely something to watch. It could just be consolidating further into another symmetrical triangle and maybe try for a breakup later. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at H-bar really fast, and then that's going to wrap it up. Be sure to check out my video from earlier today where I talk about what's happened to Algorand. It's a real tragedy that the SEC and Gensler are making these announcements coming out for these cryptocurrencies. And one thing I want to clarify is that, look, he gave a list of 5 cryptocurrencies, but that is not the end of the list. That was a limited list. And it sounds to me like they can just pick out whoever they want, whenever they want. So I think all of crypto is in front of the firing squad right now. If we take a look at H-bar, it's following a very similar pattern. We've got room to run up on the RSI on the 2-hour. We've got essentially at what amounts to, you could still call it kind of a bull flaggy look there. I definitely, and I saw this last night, it looks to me like there's definitely a symmetrical triangle going on here with H-bar. It might be trying to break out of it right now because I haven't really plotted that, but I'll try and do that really fast here and just kind of see what's going on for you. So in case you want to get in on a move, I don't know what the percentage might be up if it does move up, but let's say that this candle, these candles right now, no, we'll have to use those candles right there. Yeah, and so it's about to try. It's about to try and see if it can get above this white symmetrical triangle here. So let's bring another trend line in and let's connect this up just so you can see where we're going here. Yeah, it's not perfect. I usually like to do this before I have my videos, but sometimes we see things did we forget about? Okay, so you can see we've got a little more time to wind up in there. It's, you know, this point right here, this is interesting. We've got this blue Fibonacci circle here, right here with this orange Fibonacci circle. These are from different price movements in time in the past. And boy, they're lining up right here on top of this symmetrical in a spot where, you know, you could have a break up or a break down through this triangle. So a lot of pieces coming together here. So keep an eye on that. If we're going to get a big move up here, you're going to see us try and test the 7 cents 217 and some change. If we break down, we're going to be coming down to the 6 cents 295 level, and then at that point you got to hope we don't have a quick trip down past that, way past that to old levels, somewhere around the 5 cent 889 level. So that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm feeling. We do have a bounce in the RSI there. MACD's looking good. We will see you next time on the Market Wolf.